Hi guys, welcome back to another video on the M+M Hobbies YouTube channel. Today we are reviewing our locomotive roster. As you can see, we have several locomotives and more on the way. So let's get started with the video.
So the first one we were going to talk about today is our Bachmann GP40 Alaska Railroad paint scheme, number 3008. I love this locomotive. I got it for about $50–$60, but it was a little while ago. And I'm currently in the process of taking out the engine because since it's broken, it's kind of a Bachmann engine. It doesn't really work after a while. I'm taking out the engine so I can just use it as a car with my Alaska SD70 Mac, which we will talk about later in the video. But yeah, on to the next
locomotive is an Atlas Burlington Northern GP40. Road number is 3036. I like this locomotive because of the chevron design on the nose and the green and black color scheme as well. I like the Burlington Northern Railway because of it being a fallen flag, and it's really cool to see the locomotives in real life.
So the next locomotive we're going to talk about today is our Intermountain SD40-2 MKT paint scheme, number 603. This locomotive has the stripes on it on the front, and I really like the locomotive because it has the bigger catwalk in the front and back, which is really cool. And SD40-2s are really cool in general, and it is an Intermountain off-brand, so again, it tends to really not work as well as some of the higher quality locomotives, but it is still a pretty good locomotive.
Next locomotive is the Amtrak General Electric P42 Genesis locomotive in the 40th anniversary Phase 2 paint scheme. What I like about this locomotive is the black top. It really accents the locomotive nicely, as well as the blue and red stripe that goes throughout the locomotive.
So here for our next locomotive, we have the Kato SD70 Mac Burlington Northern Grindstein paint scheme, number 9612. And I love SD70 Macs in general. They're one of my favorite locomotives, and I just love the attention to detail here by Kato. Kato always makes great engines, but I've had this one for a while, and it's a pretty cool locomotive. I just love Burlington Northerns.
Next locomotive is this Kato San Luis and Rio Grande SD90-43 Mac locomotive. What I like about it is how long the locomotive is. It's one of the longest diesel locomotives that's still in service today. I also like the little shelf thing that's underneath the catwalk there. And also for the paint scheme, I like the dark red as well as the yellow and red chevron design on the front and back of the locomotive. I also like the black top of the stripe of the locomotive.
Here for our next locomotive, we have the BNSF Kato. I forgot what it was.
Okay, so our next locomotive is a Kato BNSF C44-9W locomotive. I really like this locomotive because it's a General Electric locomotive, and I like the little radiators that stick out. I also like that the handrails are separately applied as well as nicely detailed, and they also have a lot of warning plaques that are detailed alongside this locomotive.
Next locomotive we are talking about is the ES44AC Kato CSX. I love this locomotive. I got it brand new, which you can't get too many of them brand new these days. I just love CSX engines. I love the front and the back of them. They look so cool. And this is probably one of my favorite CSX locomotives in terms of N-scale trains because it has the radiator that sticks out, and it isn't a boxcar paint scheme, which is really cool. And it's just overall a really nice locomotive. Definitely one of my favorites. On to the next one.
Our ninth locomotive, we have a Kato SC70 ACE in the Norfolk Southern paint scheme. What I like about this locomotive is that the handrails are detailed with the yellow stripe, as well as the little horse that's inside the logo. I really like this locomotive because of the white and black like tuxedo paint scheme, and the colors really complement themselves well. I also like the back and the front nose of the locomotive because they have the horse design on either side. This locomotive is a Kato SD70 ACE in the BNSF paint scheme. What I like about this locomotive is the orange, yellow, and black paint scheme. That they complement each other very well. I also like that the radiator blade is in a silver color, which is nice. And I also like the ACE because it's one of my favorite locomotives ever made. I also like it because of the BNSF swoosh logo.
For our next locomotive, we have a Kato N-Scale SD70 ACE in Kansas City Southern paint scheme. I absolutely love Kansas City Southern engines, and this one is no exception. It is so great. I just love it. I love the striping and just everything about it, especially the front end. And I love the silver top on it as well. And SC70 ACEs are just amazing engines. And this is, again, one of my older engines and more favorited as well. So it's a really cool locomotive and definitely worth keeping.
Locomotive, we have the N-Scale Kato SD70 ACE in the Union Pacific paint scheme. What I like about this specific locomotive, it is in the road number is 8444 in reference to the steam engine. I also like it because it has the American flag logo, as well as I see a lot of these where I live, so I get to so it's really cool to have one in person. I also like it because of the yellow and the lighter gray paint scheme, and they complement each other very well.
For our next locomotive, we have the EMD SD90-43 Mac in Canadian Pacific paint scheme. This is our only other SD90-43 Mac, and they are really cool. They have the 3 radiators on top here, and a little cabinet in there. And it does have the seal on it with the Beaver Canadian Pacific Railroad. And overall, really cool locomotive. I love the red color it has. On to the final 2.
Locomotive, we have the Kato SD70 ACE Union Pacific Southern Pacific Heritage Unit. The road number is Union Pacific 1996, when Southern Pacific merged with Union Pacific. I find this locomotive really cool because I have seen this heritage unit in real life, and the nose looks really cool with the black and orange outlines. I also like that they have this little detail down here. It says proud unit of the Union Pacific Heritage Fleet, and on the other side it says proud heritage, better future, or something like that. Proud heritage, powerful future. Yes, this is a cool locomotive overall.
For our last and final locomotive, we have our EMD SD70 Mac Alaska Railroad paint scheme. This is by far my favorite locomotive of all time that we have, and it is so cool. These are only found in Alaska, and they only have SD70 Max up there for their railroad fleet up there. There's no other type of engine, and it's just a really cool. I love the yellow stripe in the middle. I love the blue. It's just such an amazing engine. It really fits into the SD70 Mac model. It is so cool. But yeah, thank you guys very much for watching this video. It has been a blast filming with y'all. And also let me know in the comments which locomotive you like best. My favorite is the Alaska Railroad personally, and the Canadian Pacific. They are both really cool engines. But please drop a like and subscribe for more videos like this, and we'll definitely be getting more locomotives in the future, so we will do more case showings like this in the future as well. So thank you very much for watching.